I support Bernie Sanders because he's the candidate of the people. He is our friend, the 99% or the 98% that you want to call us, and not the 1%. And that is the best guy to support, right? We don't want to be friends with the 1% who exploit us and who support mass incarceration and who don't want to pay us a good wage, right? They want to keep us down. We want someone who wants to lift us up. So that's who I want for president.
My name is Patrick Morales. I support Bernie Sanders because my main issue that I really care about is education. And he's talking about free education and a college that's debt-free, which is a very personal issue and something that I truly believe in. My regular job is higher ed policy in the state of Arizona, so anything from tuition, interest rates, things on campus that affect students. So actually the first time I met Bernie was in DC. We were having a rally for the school to prison pipeline, and all of a sudden he came out and he said, hey, this sounds like a good idea. Let me propose free education. And it was like, wow, you know, versus other candidates that I've met that don't really have that personality. So on a personal level, I believed in him, and I still believe in him, and I'm willing to work for him. Yeah.
Good for you, man. How old are you?
22. So I actually ran for office last fall. So I'm like the youngest elected official in the state, and I'm on a school board, so education is, again, my biggest issue that I care about. And funding for K through 12 is something that I'm really passionate about. And the state here keeps constantly defunding everything from K through a PhD, you know, and it's making it impossible for students like me to get an education.
He believes that we should give immigrants a right to citizenship. Economics, he wants the minimum wage to go up. And college tuition, he wants it to be free.
All right. This is awesome. I remember when I first heard that Bernie was going for it, I couldn't believe it. I think it's going to be one of the most historic elections in U.S. history if we all support Bernie and make sure that he is our candidate. So I will mention that not only do I personally support Bernie, but I am married to a very wonderful man who is working for the Bernie Sanders campaign right now. He's in Vermont, Marcus Farrell, you probably heard. And so he does his work in sort of the southeast region of the United States, and he's also involved in African American outreach. So I just wanted to share with everybody here, one of the things I kind of noticed is that, you know, when somebody is out there and they're doing something so different and they're so progressive, it tends to kind of ruffle a little feathers, right? So the advice that I have for all of us who are working together, if you ever run into someone who gets a little cynical, but you know that they could benefit from leadership from Bernie Sanders, instead of telling them, you know what, you're crazy, you ought to support this guy, say, hey, look, tell me your problems. We're going to work together. We're in this together. We're going to get this guy in the position that he needs to be in so that he can affect change. And by working together, we're really going to do this. All right, can I get a promise from everybody?